Off another great season of social gatherings with family and friends. And no matter what the size of your next event, the 36th Street North Event Center has you covered. From event decor to live DJs, even catering, and a world-class sound and lighting system, 36th Street North has your event covered. We offer a state-of-the-art event booking and planning process from start to finish. And whether you're hosting 100 or 1,000, 36th Street North Event Center is the premier event center of North Tulsa, located at 1125 East 36th Street North. Share the experience at 36th Street North Event Center and see why we are the number one choice for upscale events. From weddings to birthdays, corporate functions, holiday parties, and so much more. Visit us today at 36theventcenter.com or call and reserve your spot at 918-200-9046.
Alarm off. Cat along. Turn this up. Sun peeking through the times, we already in. We are whole town deer hand. Bring your coffee over here, dial over here. Yeah, you know how we do. It's the community wake up with news you can use. Community wake up, morning show, morning Charles and Damali on the Molly. News you can use right here, right now. Put it in your lifestyle. Charles got the headlines straight, never hollow Damali. Got the game plan, moves you can follow. Move traffic and the weather, traffic popping at the school, from the block, school, from the room. Keep you in the loop. Community wake up, morning show, morning Charles and Damali on the Molly. News you can use right here, right now. Put it in your lifestyle. From the front porch, from the car, hustle to the light, keep it real, keep the home real, let's turn it up, let's turn it up. You rockin' with community wake up, morning show.
Good morning, and welcome to the Community Wake Up Show with Charles and Damali. I am Miss Damali Wilson.
And I'm Charles L. Harper. I ain't going to tell you what that L is.
And we're here to deliver news you can use, culture, and conversation each and every morning.
Today, our theme is self-awareness. We will be providing listeners with valuable information about our theme and what it means to community. The goal is to inform, empower, and connect community every single day.
And of course, the vision is a stronger, smarter, more engaged community.
Y'all are locked in on NYCU.FM radio station that plays the absolute best R&B and them throwbacks 24/7. I appreciate y'all this weekend because people was turned up listening to the block party all weekend. I absolutely love it. The numbers are soaring. So from local, national, international, from us to you, thank you. Yes. Also, thank you for tuning in to KBOB 89.9 FM here locally with Uncle Bobby B, where we get to tell our story our way. And don't forget about our youth program called The Juice Radio Show, where high schoolers are able to get into this space and learn, because Black media, man, I'm telling you, we under attack right now. For whatever reason, we tell good stories, we laugh, we got the energy, we got the vibe, but you know what it is? People are always trying to control the narrative, but we got to control our own narrative. So let your youngsters be a part of the juice to join one of these teams, and they can do work local, national, and internationally. We live on YouTube, the official World One Development News you can use, but you got the best seat in the house on this Monday morning. It's 3 after the hour, 60 degrees in Tulsa, Oklahoma, home of Black Wall Street. We on Greenwood. Damali, how was that weekend? You're looking like a Princess Naomi or somebody today. What's up with it? What's going on?
Well, no, we had a phenomenal weekend, a lot going on. But before we get started and we talk about that, we want to send out prayers to the family, friends, and our own community. We lost an icon, somebody who has been working in community, doing a lot of great things. Last week, Wilbert Collins Sr.
Right.
He was 84 years old. And, he was just, one of North Tulsa's legends, really.
Yes.
He's been working to make sure that we carry on the legacy of Black Wall Street. He was all about community engagement and leadership and just advocacy all around for community development. I mean, he was just that guy.
He's definitely a giant. When you talk about giants in the community, he is most definitely a giant in our community. And from the beginning, even before I really got into the space, I would always see him. He got on the jeans with the cowboy hat and the boots on, and he a big guy too.
Yeah.
But he was still loving, warm, and kind, and he cared deeply about his community, our community. So he would definitely be missed. And hopefully now those are another set of strong shoulders, Damali, that we're standing on. So to the family, which is our entire community, then we definitely going to pause and do what we can for our family, because that was a big loss.
Yes, a huge loss. And then I would like to thank every single person. You guys know that we had a homegoing service for my cousin, Miss Pamela Irene Finley Bitson. And it was a beautiful service. Want to give a huge shout out to our producer, Stephen. He went with us, met us there, and accompanied my mom and I and helped guide her around and made sure she got where she needed to be. If you don't know, my mom tore her meniscus in her knee.
Right.
And so she's been having a little bit of issue.
Right.
But she's doing well. She's making it.
She still got motion.
Yes.
She's still in motion now, because look, a mom got to crawl, walk, swing through branches. She is going to find a way to show up for her community. And that's one thing I absolutely love about mom. And sometimes when I see mom, Damali, she just leaves everybody else with no excuses. All these people have all these, man, I was about to come and I thought about this and I thought. But when I be looking at mom, I be thinking I can't give y'all nothing on the checklist for these excuses, because not only did she show up this weekend, she been showing up for the entire 15 years I've been doing this consistently.
Yeah.
After school, spring break camp, summer camp, expungement expo, some with fitting back in, some with EduRec. So to me, the spirit of Greenwood, the spirit of Black Wall Street, the spirit of whatever that was, she is definitely the residue of Greenwood. So if you want to know what Greenwood and support look like, then just look up mom, come hang out with her, and she's always got a smile on her face. She always going to get good in, even if she's in pain.
Yeah.
She won't even let you experience her pain. But prayers for mom, because I always pray, Damali, that old meniscus will get right.
Yes.
And everything will get right, because mom got a very long way to go.
Yes.
In this world to continue to spread good vibes and good energy for all of us.
Absolutely. So, just, making sure. I mean, at one point, mom was kind of hobbling, and Steven said, well, do you want me to pack you?
Hey. Steven said, I've been in the gym.
I've been in the gym.
And last time I was in the gym, I've been curling 245s on each side. Mama, you looking like you about 150, 145. And the way I look at it, we can get this all over. Let me just go and pack you like the royalty that you are.
Absolutely.
Get you to the costume and get out of here. But I'm sure mom said, what you're not going to do, young man.
Exactly. And that's exactly what she said. Like, no, I got it.
Yeah. Now, the one thing, because here's the thing that people have to realize. You want to feel vulnerable. Let somebody pack you somewhere.
I know, right?
If somebody picked you up, now it's different if it's some kind of romantic something, you got married,
or
you jump in the room.
Or
if it's something like that, you hit the game winning shot, you scored the touchdown, that's different. But for somebody, especially if you're a man, somebody just pack you up and walk with you at this point and say, unless it's Jesus. This situation might not be working out on my behalf. But Damali, this morning, I actually woke up a little earlier than normal, just excited and just thinking about all the stuff we did last week.
I know.
And the weekend.
More to talk about.
It took me a minute. I don't even know if you got everything on the list. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But starting on Monday, we did big stuff all week, all the way until Sunday. So the Community Wake Up Morning Show, we definitely been showing up and showing out. So not only do we get up Monday through Friday and come here for you guys from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., we get off this radio thing and we gone. But Damali, you still looking younger. God's still holding on to us.
Yet holding on.
Giving us some energy to get through.
We also, Charles didn't get to go with us to the funeral service because he actually went and participated in STEAM Day over at Booker T.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ramona Rogers. She
Absolutely.
Yeah, she does a phenomenal job over there with those students over there. So how was being over there with the STEAM?
You know what? It was called Nature to Innovation.
Okay.
And you go in there and you just see hundreds of kids. You see robotics.
Yes.
You see drones. You see the mad scientists. You see all kind of stuff going on. You see in STEM and STEAM. You see the artists. You can sit down. They drawing your picture.
You should have brought your picture that they drew.
I got it. It's in the car. You know, it's a masterpiece. Now, you might have to pay a couple $100 to see what the youngster over there, Booker T, done for me.
Yes.
But nevertheless, it was good to see all of those bright minds at work. You know, and that's part of the stuff that even when you get a little more season on your bone like I have, that is good to show up. And it was good because some of the kids were like, oh, you the wake up man. I said, hey, come on then. Yeah.
Listen,
so
I don't want to interrupt you, but this is awesome. So somebody says, good morning. It's Tony. Hope you have a blessed day.
Tony is in the building. Watch yourself. But here's the thing, Damali. That's why I said I went back a little bit further because I'm just thinking about, I did a post. I said, hey, we're going to do like a little reaction to our week.
Yes.
And our weekend.
Yes.
Because before we even got to the weekend, we started here at Northside Neighbors Community Engagement event, talking about all the development going on, the grocery store coming on, the mirror that's coming to 36 in Peoria. And that was a phenomenal meeting with, they had the lights, camera, and all the action with some food from McAllister's going on. So you're always winning with food. But before we can even sit still for a second, they had the huge town hall meeting. About the overlay going on at Rudisill Library.
And it got hot on the block.
Got hot on the block. And we unpacked that, but we stayed over there till about 8. But my thing without saying with this, Damali, is, man, we be having some long days. And sometimes we turn the page and go to the next. So we hit those 2 events in one night. And then Tuesday was a big day. And then got to remember last week, we had Dr. Andre Furdu in here. On Thursday, we did the medical report. And we talked about a lot of good stuff, about the ways we got over and the way our faith and endurance challenges us. And I would say our faith and endurance was on full display. And before we could get out of there, like you say, Friday was the funeral. Think about that. We got all this going on. But yet, you still had to show up for the funeral. Stephen pulled up. He almost packed Mom till Mom told him, put him down, take a piece of bread. Thank you very much. You know, but then I'm just going to pause there because I know we had others. So we was doing all of this even before the weekend officially started. So,
and I think sometimes people don't understand that we are human too. Because they see us everywhere doing everything, but we have families, we have trials and tribulations, we have deaths, we have kids being born and grandkids and, you know, all kinds of stuff, but we just still show up because it's important to us. So whatever is important to you, then you're going to, you know, operate and you're going to do what you need to do. In order to participate in that thing. So one of the other things that we did this weekend, which is always one of my favorite things to do, is we did our Easter basket ham food distribution.
Oh my God.
Listen, for one, I love doing it because, you know, it just brings joy to me to be able to know that we're helping families, that they're going to be able to have, if you don't have a good meal, you know, at least we know that at Easter and at Thanksgiving, we had something to do with making sure that these families have what they need in order to be able to have an enjoyable holiday, because holidays are tough sometimes.
It gets tough, man.
Yeah, they're tough.
Man, we still in a partial government shutdown. A lot of people's services and checks and money is still not getting to them. And I know, here's the thing, you're blessed if everything is just kind of going along as planned. But just know, for a lot of people out here, y'all, that is not the reality. And that's the reason why we're doing a community wake up morning show, because you can't just wake up physically. You got to wake up to understand what's going on with your neighbors, because just the thing, Damali, we need each other. Now, I'm going to tell you something, a little shocker that got me.
What's that?
You know, a lot of people always be saying, man, the young people lazy. They don't want to get up. They don't want to do this. They don't want to do that, and yada, 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 yada. You know, you hear people saying that. Not all the time, but a lot of people be saying that. But on Saturday, I woke up. I thought I was up 45 minutes early. I'm like, man, I'm up. I'm ready to serve the people. And then I seen the text from Steve McKee said, I've been here for an hour and I'll be here when you get here, big dog. I said, oh, okay. So Steve done decided, you know what, I'm going to be a representative
Yes.
of the young people. Now, I'm up an hour
Yes.
early. So I'm thinking I'm going to be the first one there.
Yes.
I'm chilling. I got my stuff laid out. But when I look at my phone, what's up, big dog? Good morning. I'm already here. I got my sandwich. And I'll see you when you and Damali and the rest of y'all get here because I'm ready to do this thing. And it did my heart good because what he was doing wasn't for himself.
Yes.
It was for other people.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Most people can't do nothing unless what's in it for what?
Yeah.
What's in it for
them.
me?
Mm-hmm.
But when people get up, man, and you're a youngster, and Steven is a good-looking cat, tall, swole, six-pack, this brother, Damali, could be getting into anything he wants to.
Yes.
But when somebody's up at 7-something in the morning coming out to serve, to give, and we fed thousands of people in total with the partnership, then it has to be commended, and we got to celebrate our young people that do stuff like that not wait for the negative all the time.
Yeah.
So
well, and I'll just say this, and so. And we're not doing this because tomorrow's Steven's birthday, okay? So, but
hey,
what we want to say is this: you got to give flowers when flowers are due,
there
right?
you go.
And so, at the end of the day, he ended up spending the entire weekend with us, working.
Yeah.
We didn't even ask him. He was like, "Hey, can I show up? Can I come to the film? Yeah, come on, you know." And so he spent the entire weekend with us. And see, that's how you create family. That's what you call village, right? And so I didn't have to ask him. Charles didn't have to ask him. He just showed up. That's what we got to do for each other. We just got to show up, and make it happen. We need your gifts and talents. Everybody's gifts and talents are important, and they're an important part of what we do in community. So, we appreciate Steven. We are so excited that he is on the squad. He is making a difference. And, it's very encouraging, like you say, that, we talk about the next generation, but you got to give credit where credit is due.
Right.
And he showed up.
Right. And here's another thing, and that's the beauty of what we're trying to do is give flowers. And I got to get shout out to DJ JB Smooth. He been traveling all over the country. He was already like 1,800 miles in, but guess what he did for us yesterday?
Yeah.
He paused. He came by the station. He got the buzzing out of the mics. He did all of that stuff. He also encouraged us. He said, man, let me tell y'all something. I be rolling, listening to the show. And JB, the one thing about you, he will cruelly hurt your feelings.
He would say,
what y'all got
is trash.
It's trash. That ain't it. JB don't mind saying that's not it. So when you coming from a guy that has been in radio, doing radio for like 15 years, like in radio, and then from that, he's always in some form or fashion of this music thing, whether it's DJing or hosting or producing or doing something. But when it says a lot to Damali and I for him to sacrifice his time, because he like, man, I got to get on the road at 6. I'm like, JB, it's 6:45. Hopefully your boss not listening. We don't went over Ken. We got chicken and hamburgers and barbecue and baked beans. And JB said, I think I can be a little late for some baked beans, baby. But anyway, Uncle Bobby, what he do for us over there to get up every day. This is making 2 months.
Yeah.
But Uncle Bobby now, here's the thing. You can't take people time for granted.
Cannot.
I'd rather give you $5 or $10 than give you my time because you can't get your time back. So when Uncle Bobby look about 40, well, he might have doubled that. No, he a little bit older. I ain't gonna say the man age, but he look good. But he is seasoned. We know Uncle Bobby is a little older, but he gets up every morning to make sure he plugs us in. If something is not going on right, he texting us. Calling us, trying to FaceTime us, get it right, get the camera right, get the sound right, get the stuff right. So Damali, I'm just happy, not just for that, but for all of you that get up in the morning and put your Folgers in your cup and you listen to us, you hang out with us, y'all encourage us. So just that's a moment of gratitude.
Yes, you know what? And another person that I just thought about is Miss Beverly Scott. And I see she's on the live. But I ran into her at the funeral service. So she knew my cousin.
Yeah.
And so she got to talk and we just had us a good old time. And then next thing I know, Beverly's over there saying, hey, she telling people, you need to listen to the community wake up with Charles and Damali. They do a really good job. And she's over, Damali, come over here. I'm like, oh, Lord. She is advocating for us. So thank you so much, Miss Beverly, for watching us. We appreciate that. But then we also appreciate the fact that you are, like I asked, you're you're sharing it with 5 people. So she was pulling people at the funeral
Right.
saying, hey, y'all need to watch the show.
Yeah. And here's the thing, y'all, and this will be the last thing because we got a loaded show today. It's going to be a great show. Yeah. This is Easter weekend. I done seen people shopping for them suits and them shoes. Some people dusting off the same ones. They're like, this been my Easter outfit for 40 years. You know, I've been seeing all the energy, so I'm ready for that. But at the same time, we may do all of that all week. But then Bishop and First Lady going to be like, you can do all that you want, but you need to be at church on Sunday.
Yes.
So come Sunday, we still at church on Sunday.
No excuses.
And then Corey D ready to turn up on Solar Sunday. We go hang out with him for a couple hours. So I'm just saying it's been a loaded week, but it's all has been fun, good fun, and we just appreciate the love. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I'm going to go to the live and just acknowledge who's on the live really quick, and then we're going to do our morning affirmation.
Okay.
So Laura Adonis, which that's Tony.
Tony.
Laura's his wife.
What's going on? Welcome to the show.
Richie Anderson. Richie, you was killing it yesterday with the men's choir.
And you know I got a video.
Yes, Richie was getting down.
See, I was recording because I thought I was going to find something comical. I said, something's going to happen. Somebody toupee gonna fall off. Somebody get out of tune. Somebody not gonna really be singing. But brother, let me tell you something. Them brothers was
singing and clapping.
Like, okay. Then for one did to Dougie, I said, hey, can't do the Dougie in church.
Uncle Brian, he said, good morning, guys.
Good morning, Uncle Brian. Saw Uncle Brian Saturday.
Yes, saw Uncle Brian
It's good to see you, Uncle Brian. He was, Stephen had the crown. He was the king.
Yeah.
He was the young king all weekend, so he had his crown on. I had the belt on, and here come the haterade. Uncle Brian pulled up looking with his shades on. Y'all think y'all somebody. With a hat on that said, I'll see you Monday morning. So I know he ready.
He ready.
But we ready too, Uncle Brian.
Okay. Mama's on. She said, Mom is watching.
What's up, Mom?
Mommy. So Brian said, what? The up to the minute news in here. That's what he says.
That's
up to the minute news in here. Beverly Scott says, good morning, all. Good morning, Miss Beverly.
Hey.
And thank you so much once again. Uncle Brian says prayers to the Collins family. Your brother, Dominique, is he says, good morning, Community Wake Up family.
What's going on, bro? Welcome to the show.
AJ is watching, Mr. Energizer.
Hey, that is our Arkansas ambassador. J-Bone Lounge is on fire on this Monday.
Okay. Mom says thanks and to God be the glory.
Amen.
Yes, amen. Richie says, good morning, everyone, with a sunshine. Okay. Let's see. Uncle Brian says prayers to the Bitson family. Thank you so much, Uncle Brian. We appreciate that.
Absolutely.
And then Uncle Brian said, you both are the poster children for the Energizer Bunny. We got some more breaking news. So AJ says the United States has sent 15,000 soldiers to the Middle East with another 1,500 headed to the Middle East. $5.30 a regular gallon of gas on the national average. The United States crash out Monday.
The United States.
Right.
Now,
the United States.
When we said back in February 2nd, when we started the show, the first thing we said, there was a lot of funny stuff coming down the pike and funny business. People making promises on one side, but guess what? They're sending people kids and nieces and nephews and brothers and sisters to a war. When you ran on, we bringing everybody back and we're not dealing with no war, peace. It's going to be so beautiful. It's a beautiful country. We beautiful. We just going to have harmony and money. Gas prices going to be low. You can buy all eggs. Now, Easter right around the corner. Can't get no eggs. And all this stuff was happening, and that's not the case. What Energizer is saying is what we've been saying for 2 months. The reason why we doing this show, because things coming down the pike that you got to know where you're going to be able to get real news from, and it's probably not going to be on that tube. Yeah. So listen, the NYCU.FM KBOB, when you hear that red alert, we going to come live right here. I don't care if it's 2 in the morning. We don't care if it's 4 in the morning. If something crazy is going down that we know our community needs to know about, we going to be here. We was here with the tornado was blowing us.
Right.
Shout out to Tony. He the one put our roof back on.
Yeah, he sure did.
When the tornado was blowing, we was here. When it was time to clean up, we was here. When some of this stuff that's coming down the pike is start to be implemented, we have to come together. And when I say community, this is black, white, green, yellow, Hispanic, Asian, Indian. It don't matter. When we say community, we talking about all of us. Yes. Black, white, green, yellow, young, old. It don't matter. Peg leg, 1 leg, 2 leg. Look, we got to do this thing together because, man, we got some crazy stuff going on, Damali.
Absolutely. And Mom, you confirmed this for me. And when you're saying that about the news, so one of my cousins is actually a news anchor in Florida.
Right.
And the same company that we've been telling you guys about that are buying up all of these stations,
Man,
just bought their news station.
Yeah.
Just bought it. And so, and I asked my mom, I said, Mama, asked him, and he was like, yeah, that's the same one. They just bought up about 80 different news stations.
And can I call a spade a spade?
Mm-hmm.
Look, when they buy the network, guess who they escorting out the door? All of the minorities.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this ain't no DEI, ain't no more whatever. You like, what they got to do with anything?
Right.
So they buying the station, and everybody that don't look like the system
or agree with the system,
pack your bags and get in the car. If you don't get out of there quick enough, ISIS is coming. So that's why we're trying to tell you,
yes,
at this point, other than watching sports, a little bit like March Madness, Damali, I'm not even really dealing with the TV like that no more.
No.
Because they just feeding you. Look, AJ had to tell us about the 15,000 troops. You know, hey, you know what I mean? Uncle Brian, the breaking news mainly come from here.
Yeah.
They just trying to act like on one side, everything is great. And on this side, so that's what you call smoke and mirrors is what's going on in our country. Now, when you want to hear us really probably unpack politics, then you're going to have to tune in to Solar Sunday with Corey D. Every Sunday, 1 to 3, he got the hottest gospel show in the country. He be crashing out. Damali be crashing out. But we be coming back. So on Sundays after church, after you eat your chicken dinner, tune in to Solar Sunday with Corey. We live on NYCU. We live on World One Development, and we live on his page, which is Corey D. Taylor.
Yes. All right. Uncle Brian says you always give flowers to people while they still can smell them. Absolutely correct. And then Uncle Brian also says Easter bonnets are being dusted off.
Look, hey, it's Easter Sunday this week. Hey, it's gonna be Good Friday on Friday. Yes. I can't wait. I can't wait to church on Sunday. I got my video camera out. Because they're going to still come no matter what you say. It is not going to be an available seat in the church.
That's what I'm saying. I got to get to church early on Sunday. Doggone it.
It's supposed to be hot, so all you pastors, go ahead and get your AC units fixed.
Please.
Get your AC, because we don't want people, they hot. They ain't going to come back to Mother's Day. So for Easter, we just playing. Anytime you make it to the house of the Lord, it's good.
Yes.
But I am still there for the dress code.
Lakita Miller. Kita, where you been, girl?
What's up? Yes. What's up? Welcome to the show.
Yes. All right. Donnie says, this mess is all about controlling oil. Iran has not been a threat for years.
Man, it's nothing but it's all about the what? Money. Follow
the
money. No matter what's going on. But the problem now is, why take people's lives for the money? You know what I mean? You out here. It'd be one thing when you're just trying to cut deals. But now you all over here cutting deals and sending our troops into harm's way. Here's the thing: if you don't know about Iran, sending $15,000 troops is not really a show of force.
Right.
You got to understand the terrain in Iran. Iran got something. Iran got something for you.
They real.
They got a whole military force thing underground. The terrain is thick. So we got to be praying for our troops that's going over there, because this is all a setup. And you got to think about who is the genius that's calling the shots when everybody is asleep. So you already know we ain't really got no plan.
Right.
Everybody's going in blind. And that's what makes me feel bad, Damali, is look at who your leader is. So who is going to get the true story on what's really going on?
Right.
What's really going on in Iran?
Right.
What's really happening? So now you just feel like, man, I just feel some kind of way. So we have to pray for our troops and be there for our troops and find a way to really know what's going on. And we're going to try to do our part, and you just do your part.
Richie says, thanks, Charles and Damali. I was trying to make a joyful noise for the Lord. I was heavy on the noise, but it was a blessing to sing with a group of men who could help me out.
Hey, y'all was clean too. The brothers, it's good to see Damali. It's always good to see brothers leading, because I'm telling you something, getting brothers up and singing like that, man, brothers don't be wanting to do that. We be wanting to sit out there, look swole, sit still, and just mind our business.
Right.
Be silent, let the women sing and a couple people.
Right.
But the brothers brought it. They brought it.
Uncle Brian says, breaking news, the Florida Attorney General just filed a cease and desist order against the NFL to get rid of the Rooney Rule.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Thank you
Yeah,
for that, Uncle
lovely.
Brian. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get to our morning affirmation.
Right.
It's already 28 past the hour, but we had a lot going on this weekend. So
I
we
can't wait till
y'all
to get to
about
the
it.
Monday morning crash out.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
look, if y'all crashed out, don't lie.
Yeah,
Now,
go ahead and
let us
shame the
know.
devil, tell
you
the
know,
truth.
Monday morning crash out is to go and get it off your chest. Go and get the crash out over. Go and let us know that you crashed out.
Yeah.
Because we're going to enjoy the rest of the week. And it's Good Friday. It's Easter. So go and let us know how you crashed out. We'll pray, call the therapist, pat you on the back. Whatever we need to do to get you right, Damali?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, let's get this affirmation, get us together.
All right, so we're going to breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. So as we've already said that today our theme is self-awareness. So our morning affirmation says this: I know who I am, whose I am, and I move with clarity and confidence. All right, so let's break that down. I know who I am. This speaks to identity. Knowing who you are means understanding your values, your purpose, your strengths, and your worth. It means you're not easily shaken by opinions, trends, or pressure because you're grounded in yourself. You're secure in who you are. The next part says, I know whose I am. This speaks to connection and faith. For many, this means knowing you are connected to God, your ancestors, your family, and your purpose. It's a reminder that you are not alone. You are guided, covered, and part of something greater. You know where your strength and your support come from. Now, the last part says, I move with clarity and confidence. When you know who you are and whose you are, your decisions become clearer. You don't second guess as much. You don't move in confusion. Instead, you move with purpose, with direction, and with boldness. You move like you know exactly what you're doing because you trust yourself. The bigger message is this. This affirmation reminds us that identity plus faith equals confidence. When you are grounded in who you are and you're connected to something greater, you can make better decisions, walk in purpose, lead with confidence because clarity comes from knowing yourself and confidence comes from trusting that knowledge. This has been today's morning affirmation.
Damali, that's deep right there.
Yeah.
That's deep right there.
You gotta know who you are and whose you are.
Who and whose you are. Who are you?
Mm-hmm.
Damali, that's I'm glad we're talking about today. Self-awareness. Man, I see my friend on Damon Banks.
What's up,
in
Damon?
the building,
Where you been?
New Orleans, the number one officer in the world. Him and Lieutenant Sanders in the world is on New Orleans in the house. Watch your mouth.
What's up?
David and Donna Jones is in here.
What's up,
Oh,
D&D?
David was singing too.
He sure was. David was blowing too.
I got you on video. I got you on video. And you know, he started. And we. I'm just playing. Y'all, we just already been saying how y'all did a great job, but I'm telling you, man, that the spirit was there, man. Shout out to the brothers. But Damali, back to the thing, self-awareness and who you are.
Yes.
Can I ask a question? Because I think it's fair. When did you figure out who you were or who you are? At what age? Just you can say, and if you want to add to, because sometimes you got to have a little narrative to it. This is when I figured out who I was.
Right.
And this is who or why that is.
Yeah.
Is that because sometimes you guys can't say I was, so if you want to say I was 15, I was 21, I was 30, I was 80. I don't know, because it can be a lifelong journey just trying to figure out who you are. And Damali, if you figured it out, because you multiple people, you change your hairstyle. I don't know who on the radio station with me, but Damali, at what age did you might figure like, man, this is who I am. This is who I am. And if so, then who was that?
No, I think I'm still on the road of discovery because I think that I am a forever student. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago. I'm a forever student. So because I'm a forever student, then I'm always growing and evolving. I always believe that there is something greater. Right. So because I'm doing this today, I understand that, this is part of a bigger narrative. right? And so I'm always on that quest to find out who I am, but I always know that I am designed to be a servant. Right. I am designed to help people because that is my higher calling. Right. And so I'm just always on that road, of who that person is and what that person looks like. But I'm open for, hearing from the Father, open for whatever road he takes me on, so I'm just a forever student.
So right now, are you officially saying you don't know who you are? Or are you saying you know who you are, but you still evolving a little bit?
I know who I am, but I'm still evolving.
Okay. To the live real quick. Ike Pratt, he's on.
What's
he said
up, Ike?
that was the big question in The Lion King. Simba.
Yes.
And The Lion King. Wasn't that deep?
Mm-hmm.
Even watching that The Lion King is you don't
That's my
even
favorite
know
movie. I love that movie.
who you are.
Yes.
Simple. Go ahead. You good?
Oh, I just wanted to interject this because I just thought about it. We didn't say that we went to go visit with Jay Friday over the weekend.
We went and visited with Jay Friday Saturday too, boy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so it just hit my brain. And so I just want to encourage you guys to keep praying for Jay. He's doing much better. But he's still got a ways to go.
Right.
But he's still listen, Jay is just Jay.
Jay is Jay no matter what.
No matter what. He's still joking. He's still laughing. He's still having a good time. But he is having, he's experiencing his healing with his eyes and his eyesight. But he's still doing good, he's looking good, so that we had a good time over there visiting with him.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay,
and continue to pray. Yeah. But that is to know we do a lot of stuff over the weekend. And Jay Friday is a dear friend of ours for many, many years. But he did a post about it already.
He did.
So he was like, man, I haven't been able to see for like a month. So I'm just trying to get back. And you just never know when something could just maybe hit you off guard. But back to the point of, when did you figure out who you are? Is that the best way to phrase it?
Yes.
So that's what I'm posing to the people on. When did you figure out who you are? And then the second part of it, then what did that look like? Or what did that mean? Or whatever you want to add to that, I think is fine. I would say, I would say for me, when I kind of felt like I kind of got my hands around who I was, I would say I was 30. I would say I was 30. And for me, because this is personal. So this is the thing. We got to accept people where they are and let people grow where they are.
That part.
And I think that keeps you from trying to be like this person and that person. Because competition and jealous and envy is the thief of all joy. When your eyes is on everybody else, and you comparing your car, your house, your hair, your height, your weight to somebody, that's stealing your joy. We all got our own race to run.
Our own journey.
God made us all for our own individual purpose.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm saying the age 30 because I was really working on Damali. It's like, I was like, God, I just want to be the best version of myself.
Yes.
I'm not worried about nobody else's education.
That's how I always am.
And this and that. I'm like, Lord, look, I done already tried to be this. I done already tried to be Eddie Murphy. I done already tried to do this. I done already tried to be Denzel and King Kong ain't got that on me. That didn't work. I done tried a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But at some point, as men or women, you got to get into, if I can be the best version of myself, felt like that's when I will be able to add value to the world. Because now I'm not a little bit of this with a little bit of that.
Yeah.
I'm just me.
Yeah.
You just get the authentic me. And I can say what that felt like is when I come into a space, I don't mind speaking my truth.
Yes.
I'm not nervous. I'm not intimidated. I'm not double-minded. I don't have to wait for somebody else to say something for me to say something. Because what I got to say is my truth. You may not agree with it.
Right.
You may not like it, or maybe you will like it. But at the end of the day, I felt like at the time, a husband, as a father, as a brother, as a friend, as a community leader.
Yes.
I was just ready to do my role. And here's another thing that I felt like was mature for me, is I love to see other people succeed.
Yes.
I had no more jealous and envy because, when you young and somebody pull up in that big body and you were on the 10 speed, can I be honest, Damali? I'm like, man, this some bull right here, man. I got a 10 speed. This man here rolling in a Jag. He clean, smelling all fresh. Right. I can't even say the cologne he got on. You know what I'm talking about? But that's where the enemy come in.
Yeah.
Now you're mad at the brother. He drive off. He ain't did nothing to you. He said,
ain't
man,
even thinking about
yeah.
you.
Then I said, man, his edge up wasn't even really straight though. You see his line was off on the left side. You know, you always got to say. But I feel like at 30, I kind of got it right, and I just decided to walk in my truth. But I agree with you, Damali. Mm-hmm. I didn't have it all figured out.
Yes.
I'm just saying that's in that moment I felt like, okay, I know where I am. Yeah. I'm reading my Bible. Yeah. I got my vision. Mm-hmm. I done made it on tablet, and I feel like I know where I'm going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's my time. We're going to go to the live. When did you figure out who you were or who you are, and what did that look like in your world?
So my older sister, Teresa, shout out to her. She came up this weekend and helped us do our food distribution. So I appreciate her. Matter of fact, my whole family came up.
Man, the whole crew came out.
The cousins came out, and my sisters came out. I'm like, okay. You
had so much family came out. I made myself an honorary cousin. Jube was like, hold on. Shout out to Jube. Shout out to Brick. Shout out to Sabree, Khadijah. I got in the picture and took the picture.
Kim came up, my older daughter,
no, I done took the selfie and said, I'm a first cousin too. At this point, I'm in the family. I'm just a cousin, you know, because we were talking about it with Corey D, how the thing about us, anybody can be one of our cousins.
That's right.
If you show up enough, you come grab my house, and they're like, what? Because I think what happens is when we say to somebody, cousin, I think it makes you family.
Yes.
When you're a senior, the person not your uncle, but we like, what up, unc?
Yeah, yeah.
That's a thing of endearment. Yeah. When somebody comes and say, ooh, auntie, I see your boots on the ground.
Yeah.
Then it's a thing of endearment. You know what I mean? The only thing that people don't like for you to say when they're not ready, what's going on, Pops? See, I don't like that. Now you done made me old.
Old lady.
What's up, old lady?
Ooh, I hate that.
Hey, Gigi. Hey, Mama. Hey, Mimi. Then people depends now because the age is just your mindset. Can we say that? But but anyway, we back to the live. Come on.
Mama said Tiger Woods is back in jail in Florida for a DUI. Y'all, let's pray for Tiger. God bless his soul.
Is Tiger Woods still part of our community? Is he still playing? I'm just playing. I ain't doing that. What, Monica? Just for a second. What is going on with Tiger?
I have no idea. And I think maybe sometimes though. Now what they did say, which I did hear a news report about it, was that they believe he was on prescription drugs. So not like he was out there drinking and drive, but still, like we talked with Lieutenant Sanders on our show about, you got to be careful about taking prescription drugs and getting behind the wheel of a car. And apparently somebody's car flipped and SUV flipped and all this. Everybody was okay, but still, it was a lot going on. And they like, nah, come on, Tiger, you just going to the can.
Right. Let me start out with this first. Mm-hmm. I love me some Tiger Woods.
Yes.
In my mind, the greatest golfer of all times. Mm-hmm. I love me some Tiger Woods. Part 2. Mm-hmm. Never kick a brother when he down.
That's right.
So I'm just saying what's going on. Yes. Because I'm not the only person who got that song. What's going on? You don't want me to sing?
No, I don't.
One verse?
You missed your opportunity to sing with the men.
Okay. I could have sung yesterday at World One. My bad. I'll do that next time. But I will say this, and we have talked about it on the show, and we'll come back and talk about it again. A lot of times in life, who you pick to do life with, man, it could help you soar, or it can derail your entire life. And I feel like a big part of the issues Tiger has been having has to do with the people he's been picking as his life partner. And I'm hopeful that can be right some kind of way, because Tiger just a good dude.
Yeah.
He ain't really did nothing to nobody. It's just he done had some unfortunate mishaps. So let's just pray for our brother that he can get on the right track. Because here's the thing. Money don't fix all things.
It sure don't. Sometimes it creates even bigger problems.
Look, it's too many people that got $20 million, 15 houses, 30 cars. They walking in the house, they kissing their wife, they hugging their kids, they go in the back room and blow their brains out. So money is not the answer to all things. And that's why I say, or we believe, it's important to have self-awareness and get to the point where you know who you are and whose you are. Because if you get that part, you can build on that. But if you end up living in this facade, and you done became something that other people think you are, and now you're trying to live up to that, and then that ain't working no more.
It's gonna fail every time.
Then the devil can say, time to get the gap. So you need to go ahead and end this now, because it's embarrassment. They're gonna put you and all that come down. And let's be there for each other. So if you even know a brother or a sister dealing with that, give them a buzz and take them out to eat and say, man, you ain't got to worry about all this.
Yeah.
Sis, you ain't got to worry about all that. Let's get this thing together.
All right, back to the live.
Back to the live.
Ike says, I realized when watching The Lion King, I recognized when Simba recognized.
So that stick on the head. Remember he got that stick?
Right.
He went. Sometime we need that stick on that head because it makes it work.
Our producer says it was God and I started watching I started studying the Bible and it connected it to me. Katina Walker, what's happening?
Katina, welcome to the show. What's going on?
She said self-awareness for me was at 9 years old, being one of the youngest of my siblings. I was always the peacemaker and didn't tolerate bullying. A lot of what is experienced happens at home and taking in other environments that can be detrimental and traumatic for young children. That's carried into adulthood because it's unaddressed or overlooked as normalcy. I totally agree.
That's good.
Teresa said, I have always known who I am.
Come on, Teresa.
She said bossy in quotes. Yes.
Yeah, she knew who she was once she became a Green Bay Packer fan. Once she put that hat on and put on that starter jacket back in the 90s. So you see me?
Right.
I knew she had something going on right then.
She said, family oriented and always researching my roots. So I organized my family reunions and yes.
Damali.
Yes.
She said something right there.
She ain't lying.
She said part of figuring out who she was is researching her roots.
Yep.
Ooh, that's we just gonna park right.
Yeah.
Teresa, you said something right there because I agree.
Katina said, good morning.
Good morning.
AJ said, I just received my update breaking news from one of my relatives who's going over to the Middle East from his mother stating we have over 50,000 soldiers in the Middle East. When you have that many soldiers, you are setting the stage for boots on the ground with thousands of more getting ready. Before going in there will be a lot more bombing with thousands more to go in. Well, thank you, AJ, for that. Uncle Brian said that DUI will probably be dismissed because no urine test was administered and he blew a 0.0 on the breathalyzer. Yep, that's what I heard. Yeah. Tamara Anderson, good morning.
Tamara Anderson, welcome to the show. What's going on?
Okay. Katina says, I know for sure that's why God called me to serve in the medical industry at 19 and saw life and death and different phases of life that affect us generationally. This was a great question. Thanks, Katina.
Right.
We come up with a little something every now and again.
Right.
Donnie says, I have no idea if I have come into who I am yet. Man. He said, I am striving and it feels like I'm winning, but not sure if I'm identified yet. You know what? And I love that you can just be honest and transparent.
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you, Donnie, for that.
Because he said sometime in life, like you say, you get a good stride. But if you're running, here's the question. Where's my destination?
Yeah.
You know, so that is important. And I think Teresa said something big.
Yeah.
Researching and understanding your history, to me, will always make it a little bit easier to figure out who you are.
You know what? It is 15 before the top of the hour. Yeah. I think we should do a quick break, and then we're going to come back with the Monday morning crash out. So y'all get ready and tell me who crashed out this weekend.
Well, look, we got Arkansas, we got New Orleans, we got Texas, we got Mississippi. Of course, we got Toby, we got all. Now, we trying to understand who crashed out. Even if it was you, we going to come back with the Monday morning crash out. Because we got to get stuff off our chest.
Yes.
Right here on the Community Wake Up Morning Show with Charles and Damali. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
EduRec is the place where education and recreation meets. At EduRec, we have a host of programs such as Spring Break Camp, Summer Camp, and After School. We also have Black History Saturdays. It's located at 5424 North Madison Avenue. To donate, sponsor, or volunteer for any of our programs at EduRec, go to edurectulsa.com. Call EduRec today at 918-430-3947. And you can also visit us on any of our social media platforms at EduRec Tulsa. EduRec Tulsa, where education and recreation meet. Looking to take your event to the next level with professionalism and energy? Contact World One Development. We host events, have radio personalities, offer community engagement and videography. We also do live radio remotes, red carpet appearances, create promos, event recaps, drops, and flyers. We also create customized advertising packets to promote your business, organization, or program. Visit our website at world1development.com. You can also reach us on social media at World One Development.
The 36th Street North Event Center is proud to kick off another great season of social gatherings with family and friends. And no matter what the size of your next event, the 36th Street North Event Center has you covered. From event decor to live DJs, even catering, and a world-class sound and lighting system, 36th Street North has your event covered. We offer a state-of-the-art event booking and planning process from start to finish. And whether you're hosting 100 or 1,000, 36th Street North Event Center is the premier event center of North Tulsa, located at 1125 East 36th Street North. Share the experience at 36th Street North Event Center and see why we are the number one choice for upscale events. From weddings to birthdays, corporate functions, holiday parties, and so much more. Visit us today at 36theventcenter.com or call and reserve your spot at 918-200-9046.
Don't attempt to adjust your radio. NYCU.FM is reloading for the new year with a brand new morning show. Keep it locked and tune in for the Community Wake Up with Charles and Damali live on NYCU.FM. And simulcast live on KBOB 89.9 FM. Don't miss it.
Community Wake Up with Charles and Damali. That horn went bum, bum, bum.
Right?
Shoot, I thought somebody trying to pull me
car
over.
crashes and all, what is happening?
Anyway, y'all live in Tulsa, Oklahoma, home of Black Wall Street on Greenwood. We here having a good time on NYCU.FM radio station. Remember, even when we go off the air, on your mobile device, on your iPad, on your computer, just put in NYCU.FM, hit that play button, and we play the absolute best R&B and all them throwbacks that you want to hear. We also live and syndicated right here on KBOB 89.9 FM, where we get to tell our story our way. We also live on YouTube, the official World One Development news you can use. Now, that one is spelled W-O-N like you won a race, but you, my friend, got the absolute best seat in the house because we live in studio. This is not AI. We're not going to glitch on you. We here. I can pinch her. She going to say, ow. If she pinch me, I'm going to say, get your hands off me. But anyway, that's not the point. We appreciate y'all locking in on this Monday. And now we're going to get down to the Monday morning crash out.
So before we do that, Uncle Brian says, I became self-aware when I lost my grandparents and had to stand on my own. And when I lost Cookie, which is my Aunt Billy, and had to rebuild myself all over again. Trey Foster, my nephew. What's
Trey's
up,
in the
nephew?
building. What's going on, Trey?
Marquise Dennis is in the place.
Marquise.
Yes. All right. So Monday morning crash out.
When we still pose the questions, see Marquise is on the tray. Here's the question that we posed earlier so you can still answer,
Marquise
even as we did with the people that crashed out. The question is, because we're talking about self-awareness.
Yes.
At what age and at what time, at what moment did you figure out who you were? And when you figured out who you were, how did you know? Because we want to know. The community Wake Up want to know.
Yeah.
The community want to know. So if you don't mind sharing, let us know when you figured out who you are and how did you know that fact.
And if you haven't figured it out, this is a safe space to talk. So let's just chat about it.
Yeah, my brother said he done found a good pace. He don't really know where he gonna get off, but he running good and the stride feel good.
Right.
And every time he get thirsty, somebody throw him some water, he drinking and he just keep on running. Because sometime in life it's just evolving. You evolving. And there's nothing wrong with that. So it's no wrong answer to that because it's your own personal choice and your own personal revelation.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so Monday morning crash out.
Uh-oh.
I got one.
Which one you got?
All 12 teams that were eliminated in the NCAA and the fans that followed them.
I know, that's week 16. They cut down to the Elite 8. Now they cut down to the Final 4. Yeah, the coaches was crashing out really bad. coaches, fans, players, people that brackets are busted, people that gambled,
Yes.
put up their rent money, they crashing out. I mean, March Madness is just what they say it is.
Madness,
It is
tomfoolery.
March. Me and AJ crashed out. Arkansas lost. We didn't show up at the party. If we did, we didn't dance to none of the music they was playing. So we joined in on the crash out team because we were talking that big noise to Dr. Fairdew.
Yes.
But I can tell you this. I can say this now. Because I'm a Razorback fan.
Yes.
But I knew Arizona had a belt.
The juice.
I said, man, they're going to bring a belt to this arena. And when they bring a belt, they want to whoop somebody.
Right.
And we got a whooping on that night. And see, that's the thing about sportsmanship. You got to call a spade a spade. And how I felt like is we are young and talented, got the AP player of the year. Now, don't sleep on us now.
Yes.
He got the shoe deal with Reebok. We had that. But Arizona is a seasoned team with grown men that got kids. Now, I don't know if they got kids or not. They act like they do. Swole.
Right.
And you seen that. To me, looking at it, it's like,
listen,
Arkansas got freshmen that's coming doing good, but they got the 23-year-old third-year senior.
Right.
330 pounds of power, and we wasn't ready for all that smoke.
Wasn't ready.
But anyway, who we got left?
Wasn't ready. So who we got left? We got
UConn, yeah.
Illinois,
yeah,
Arizona, and Michigan.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so that's where we are. That's where we are.
I done messed Damali up. She don't really know sports like that. She just done named off some teams.
No, I didn't. I actually pulled it up.
In the what? What you got? You said you got who left now?
We got UConn, Arizona, Illinois, and Michigan.
That's the Final Four?
Yes.
Who you got?
Oh, you're asking me who I got.
Yeah.
As a team. Okay, I'm sorry.
That's why I was saying who you got.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Okay, let's just do this. No, I
okay.
like how you did it. So we down to the Final Four.
Yeah.
So Damali, now who's the Final Four? Let's do it right.
Okay, so the Final Four are UConn and Illinois, and then you have in the West Arizona and Michigan, right?
You the one. I'm just letting you
That's
do
what
what
I'm saying. I pulled it off, and so they're saying the Final Four. The game is going to be played on April the 4th.
Right, which is
it's
this
gonna
weekend.
Be the game, which is this weekend. And then the final game is going to be on April the 6th.
Uh-oh.
So that's the actual playoff.
Who was the team? Who was the team that you were surprised lost like that?
St. John.
It was a good game, though.
It was a good game. But
it was a good game.
I was surprised that they lost like that.
You thought they was going to beat Duke?
I thought they was going to do a little bit more of a showing. I mean, it was still a good game.
It was down to the wire.
It was down to the wire. But
Duke was the better team.
Duke was the better team.
But
I was hoping for
St. John had a 10-point lead with it was like 6-7 minutes left.
Mm-hmm.
But man, when Duke
they
decided to beat Duke. But who y'all got, man? You got UConn. UConn is the champions from last year.
Mm-hmm.
And you got Illinois. I was surprised Michigan State went out, but they went on out. They bowed on out. So we're going to see what they come up with.
Number 24 on UConn will go down in history crash out. That three-pointer was pretty. See, I missed the game. I didn't get to see the game. We were doing so much.
It was a lot going on Saturday.
I missed that game.
Yeah.
Marquis said, I figured out who I was at 33 when I was sentenced into Florida, Colorado, FCI. After that moment, I was tested in trial by fire. God showed me why he created me and had revealed to me how he has been helping save me since I was a young man, from the moment of creating a fatherhood hub and building family legacy, one father at a time.
Man, that's good stuff right there, Marquise. That's great stuff. And now doing nothing but great work in the community.
That's right. Uncle Brian says, I'm waiting for the 12:30 p.m. train out of town to keep from crashing out. What?
You said you about to get ready to get out of here.
Yes. That is too funny. Okay, so when we talk about self-awareness, we often think about it on an individual level, knowing your thoughts, emotions, strengths, and areas for growth. But self-awareness also has a powerful meaning for community.
Right.
Thus, we are going to do the Black Wall Street Family Feud.
We're going to go and get it over with?
We're going to go ahead and get it over with.
Oh, man.
So y'all can go ahead and crash out.
I'm sweating.
Yeah, go ahead and crash out. Be on the crash out list.
I ain't seen Prentice. See, Prentice ain't even said that yet. No, he meditating, focusing. I know what he's doing.
Don't do Prentice.
So we're going to go and get Damali. Now, you got to get we got a lot of new people on, and welcome to the show. We actually absolutely appreciate you being here. But the Black Wall Street Family Feud, which is hosted by Damali.
Yes.
What are the rules to the game? And you need to represent your city, represent your state, represent your family, and whatever you need to represent. because we're going to try to get this belt and this crown going down one time.
So before we do that, and I give you guys the rules, Uncle Brian says the winner of the Arizona-Michigan game will go on to win the national title. That's what Uncle Brian said. So I just want to let you know that, Charles.
Huh?
That's what he said.
That's what he said?
Uh-huh. The winner of Arizona and Michigan will go down and win the national title.
Uh-oh.
That's what he said.
Look, here's the thing. Here's my 2 cents, and I think this is fair.
Mm-hmm.
To be the champ, you got to beat the champ. And UConn are the champs from last year. Because it's easy to say it till you get in the ring. You know what I'm talking about? And when you get in the ring, then you come out with excuses.
Uncle Brian said Florida won the title last year. UConn won it 2 years ago.
2 years ago, back to back. That's right. That was
right.
Florida.
Yeah.
We're going to see. We're going to see. We're going to look. Arizona's tough. Arizona's tough. They've been like the number 1 team all year. Yeah. You know, they got LeBron James' son on there. He clapping right now, but I know he just clapping. He on the sideline, and he'll first let him do what he needs to do. I'm not saying it in a way to be funny. I'm just saying he got red-shirted, but he is on Arizona's team as a redshirt freshman on that team.
Okay.
All right, let's get to the real deal.
All right, so here we go. Black Wall Street Family Feud. Okay, so this is what we do. We ask 3 questions. And we have actually interviewed community and asked 100 people in community what their top 4 answers are. So those are going to be your choices, but your job is to figure out what the number 1 answer is from community.
There you go.
Okay? All right, so here we go. Today's theme is self-awareness because before you can build wealth, leadership, or legacy, you have to know who you are.
And this is from the top 100 people that you talk to. Now, let me tell y'all something. See, you can't Google this.
Nope.
You can't research it.
Nope.
Because the host, this with the mostest, came up with this. So I tracked her this weekend because even though we had a lot going on, she flew to Atlanta, Georgia. So she flew to Atlanta and she asked 25 people 25 questions from. So your ATL people, you at least got a quarter of a chance to win.
Right.
She left there and went to a place called Malvern, Arkansas. Down there where my brother is. So, bro, she came to your town. I don't know if you've seen her because she's seen you working on your shoulder. But anyway, she asked 25 people in Malvern, Arkansas. She left Malvern, Arkansas, and I heard she made a stop in Jacksonville, Arkansas at the J-Bone Lounge.
Right.
You know, for a couple minutes. And then last but not least, like always, she stopped on Greenwood under the bridge. She had on a do-rag with some lokes, but I could still identify who she was. And she lacks the last and final 25 people. So you just got to get your thinking cap on, is what I'm saying, because we're going to play some music and somebody going to win this crown.
Uncle Brian said Bug Tussle wasn't asked this time.
Not
Didn't
this
even
time.
ask, not this time.
Not this time. Come on.
Okay, so here we go. Question number 1. Name something a person must understand about themselves in order to grow. Is it A, their strengths, B, their weaknesses, C, their purpose, or D, their values? They both exhaled at the same time.
Girl.
Like what?
Read that. Read it again. Read it again.
Name something a person must understand about themselves in order to grow. Is it A, their strengths, B, their weaknesses, C, their purpose, or D, their values?
Come on the live, y'all. Don't be
Look,
leaving us.
Teresa says C.
Girl, Teresa, I agree with that.
Richie says C.
I agree with that.
Uncle Brian says B.
I agree with that.
You agree with everything.
I agree with everybody.
Mama said D.
I agree with that too, Mama. I'm agreeing with all of y'all.
Marquise said D.
Marquise said D?
Verna said, let me see, C.
Look, if you don't get the first one, and now I think we decided that the bonus question is not going to be worth 2 points instead of 5 points.
They voted you out.
It was only one person said. So the bonus question is worth 2 points. 2 points.
Morticia,
so
Dominique said B.
Hey, I think what's fair. We'll make the bonus point worth three.
AJ said, He's trying to distract me. There's Prentice. Prentice said.
Oh, I told you he was meditating. He said, I heard mom. Prentice ain't said nothing for the whole first hour of the show. And now,
when it's time for the game.
when the Black Wall Street Family Feud, he said, that's what I live for. Charles and that youngster got the crown. They got the belt. I had to sit all weekend in my city without the belt after I won it back to back. But anyway, now you're back.
All right, Charles, so what is your answer?
My answer is to read the question one more time, and I will give you my answer.
And Stephen, you too.
Okay, read it slow though.
Okay, name something a person must understand about themselves in order to grow. Is it A, their strengths, B, their weaknesses, C, their purpose, or D, their values?
Weaknesses.
Uncle Brian said it should be worth 5 points. You said weaknesses, that's B. Charles, what you say, Stephen? You gonna go with B, okay?
I don't like this at all.
All right, so I am gonna read the question with the answer.
Okay.
So here's the question.
What Donnie say?
Donnie said, what did Donnie say? Donnie said C.
It's a house divided. It's a DNA divided.
No, Donnie said B. Sorry, Donnie said
Oh,
B.
Okay. He said B.
He said
Okay.
B.
We a house together. A house shall stand. We gonna see.
That was Richie. Sorry, my bad, Richie. Okay, yeah. So here's the question with the answer. Name something a person must understand about themselves in order to grow. Is it A, their strengths, B, their weaknesses, C, their purpose, or D, their values? Teresa, Richie, Verna, and Tamara, you all are correct. The answer is C, their purpose. When people understand their purpose, their decisions become more focused and intentional. Purpose gives direction.
That's right. Turn the music off.
You just turned the music off. He's like,
I knew I said it was purpose or weaknesses. Purpose or
Miss
weaknesses.
Beverly, I got your answer, but the answer is C. Okay, she said read church.
Read church.
Okay, question number 2. Are we gonna get a song? Cause you just cut off the song. Okay, here we go. Question number 2.
I'm back. Come on.
Name something that can block a person from becoming self-aware. Is it A, ego, B, fear of truth, C, distractions, or D, surrounding yourself with the wrong people?
All of them.
Okay, Brenda said, been on for a while, crashing out with my son, getting ready for school, and him trying to be sick.
Oh, that is wild right there.
Okay,
Go and read that question one more time, because I got to get number 2 right.
Says A.
All right.
Okay, the question is, name something that can block a person from becoming self-aware. Is it A, ego, B, fear of truth, C, distractions, or D, surrounding yourself with the wrong people?
I'm gonna say surround. I'm gonna say D.
Uncle Brian says A. Richie says A. You said what, D? Marquise says D. What you said? You said D?
I said D, yeah. Surrounding yourself with the wrong people?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm going with.
Okay, where the rest of y'all at?
Praying. Come on outside. Huh?
Tamara said
come
A. Martisha said D.
It's A or D. Now we clear on that.
AJ says D. Verna says A.
Call everybody therapist.
Mama says D.
Mama said D too? Oh. What?
Read. Okay, here we go.
Read it one more time.
Name something that can block a person from becoming self-aware. Is it A, ego, B, fear of truth, C, distractions, or D, surrounding yourself with the wrong people? Prentice says D. Teresa says A.
Man.
Dominique says D. Stephen, you changing your answer? Oh, Lord.
What's Stephen going with?
He going with D.
He going, it's one of them.
Anybody else?
Going once? Going twice? Go ahead and read it with the answer.
Okay, reading with the answer. Name something that can block a person from becoming self-aware. Is it A, ego, B, fear of truth, C, distractions, D, surrounding yourself with the wrong people? Brian, Richie, Tamara, Verna, and Teresa, you are all correct. It is A, ego. Stephen, you changed your answer once again. Ego can make it hard for people to see themselves honestly. You can't grow if you can't be real with yourself.
I knew it was A or D.
Same. So Teresa, okay, is now 2 for 2.
Teresa's 2 for 2?
Teresa is
Oh,
2 for
my
2.
goodness.
Yes.
She said, I been know who
Richie
I am.
is 2 for 2. Verna is 2 for 2.
What?
And Tamara is 2 for 2. Yep.
Come on. Let's go to answer 3. I ain't fronting. It ain't over till it's over. It ain't over till it's over. Come on now.
All
it ain't over yet.
Here we go. Question number 3.
Hold on. Let me call on my ancestors. We pull them in. I feel them now. Let's go.
Marquis said, boo. Ego comes from having the wrong friends.
Right. Come on.
Okay. All right. Question number 3. Name something people can do to become more self-aware. Is it A, self-reflection, B, listening to feedback, C, journaling, or D, spending time alone?
Yeah, might not be back yet.
Mama said I knew it was A or D. Yeah.
I knew it was.
Yep.
Read the question again.
Okay, the questions. Question number 3. Name something people can do to become more self-aware. Is it A, self-reflection, B, listening to feedback, C, journaling, or D, spending time alone?
Self-reflection.
Self-reflection is A. Okay, Charles says A. All right, Stephen, you said D. Okay. Stephen and Donnie said D. Morticia said B. Richie said B. Uncle Brian said A. Timur said A. Teresa said A. AJ says A. Verna says A. Prentice says A. Okay, who else? Anybody else?
Read the question again.
Name something people can do to become more self-aware. Is it A, self-reflection, B, listening to feedback, C, journaling, or D, spending time alone?
I'm sticking with my answer.
Sticking with your answer. Beverly says D. Mama says A. All right, is that it? Okay. Linda said, I'm back. All of the above. No.
Yes.
No, Linda.
Right.
No.
You just got back all of the above. It's very acceptable. And if you can get it, I can get it.
All right, Stevie, you changed your answer. Oh, God. Here
What's
we go
D?
again.
Oh, my God.
He done went from
He done went A, B, C, and D.
to A. Okay. Oh, God.
All right.
All right, here we go. Okay, question with the answer. Jesus Christ. Okay, name something people can do to become more self-aware. Is it A, self-reflection, B, listening to feedback, C, journaling, or D, spending time alone? Mom, Stephen, Charles, Brian, Tamara, Teresa, AJ, Verna, and Prentice, you all got it correct. The answer is A, self-reflection. It says taking time to reflect helps people to understand their thoughts, actions, and patterns. Okay, so
I had to get my ancestors involved in this thing.
Yes.
So is it 3 points or 5 points?
Everybody, okay, so what y'all want? 3 points or 5 points? Y'all tell me. What y'all want?
Steve said based on what his
5.
need. So it's a need thing.
Yeah, based on his need, we doing 5.
I think if I said 2, they said 5. I think 3 is fair.
All right, so we're going to go with 3.
What I'm saying is, the thing about it, if somebody get 3 right and then miss 1, that's just too much of a lot. You know what I mean? But I think 3 is kind of like you got 1, but you missed 2. It'll make it out. It might be a little bit more fair.
So let me just say this.
So 3 points.
Teresa, Tamara, Richie. AJ said 5.
Let's just stay with 5 then.
Okay.
So we're going to stay with 5. Is that fair?
That's fair.
That's fair. We staying with 5.
So they all have swept so far.
So all they got to do is get the bonus right.
All they got to do is get the bonus, and they winning. Mama said 5.
Okay, we staying with 5.
We're gonna stay with
now,
5.
when y'all miss this, don't crash out. Don't call your therapist. Stay on the line. Don't leave. Stay on the line.
Knowing he the one that's crashing out.
Lock the door.
Knowing you the one that's
Who
crashing
told somebody
out.
to lock the door? Was that at church? They told the ushers to lock the door. Lock. Boy, it'd be crazy stuff going on in the world. Lock the door.
Exactly.
I ain't gonna lock the door on y'all. I'm just saying, I ain't gonna lock the door at your own house. Anyway.
All right. So here we go. So of course, if Teresa, Tamara, or Richie,
they ain't gonna get it. I can't
hate
see
on
it.
them.
They gonna crash right at the end.
Uncle Brian said hater.
When that plane start descending,
Donnie said, "Don't matter. I'm 0 and 3."
No, bro, it's always a chance because if they get it wrong and you get it right,
yeah,
so now we got to hope for somebody's downfall. Now that's bad to do in our own community.
No,
but
Richie did miss one. You did miss one, Richie. You on? Yeah.
Oh,
so
I was
Richie
looking
missed
for a
one. So
recount.
Teresa and Tamara, yeah,
them the two.
Them
they
the
got
two.
it. So
Two to
long.
beat.
Okay, here we
them the
come.
two to beat.
Teresa, Tamara, y'all going on right now. Hit the music, DJ, because I'm getting it right and I'm winning the game. Now Richie gonna get it right too and still edge me by 1. Anyway,
right.
It sounded good when I said it.
Okay, the bonus round. Here we go. Name something self-aware people tend to do differently than others.
Come on.
A, take accountability. B, make intentional decisions. C, control their emotions. Or D, learn from their mistakes.
Hit me in my shana now. Somebody push me. No. Oh, Damali, read that again. I thought I had it, then I lost it.
Right.
Okay.
Look, Tamara said, let's go.
Hold on, Tamara. I ain't ready. Somebody push me.
Okay, here we go. Name something self-aware people tend to do differently than others. Is it A, take accountability, B, make intentional decisions, C, control their emotions, or D, learn from their mistakes?
Take accountability.
Donnie says A. Donnie?
What's take accountability?
It's A.
Take accountability.
Donnie says A. Martisha says A.
Take accountability.
Uncle Brian says A. Charles says A.
Hold on now.
Teresa said all of the above. Get out of here, girl.
It is all of the above because it's always, I'm going to tell y'all something right now. It's always a trick in one of these
Teresa came
questions.
back with A.
Oh, man.
Steven says A. Anybody else? Verna says A.
No, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. If I get it right, I'm turning off the show.
D.
And I'm going to tell everybody in the community I won. Because
Mama says A. All right, who else? AJ says C.
Read the question again.
Name something self-aware people tend to do differently than others. Is it A, take accountability, B, make intentional decisions, C, control their emotions, or D, learn from their mistakes?
So Teresa said A. What's the other person in the lead?
Tamara.
What'd she say?
She ain't said. I didn't see it.
Hey, you said you was ready. What's going on?
Beverly says A. AJ says A.
You know what I'm gonna do?
What?
I'm switching my answer. I'm switching my answer to D. Because if it's A, Teresa win anyway, and I don't want to be part of her parade. So just give me D, because then if she wrong, then I get to create my own parade on the other side of town. Because there's always some tricks and gimmicks in this game. What, Tamara?
AJ, I don't see her. Hold on. Let me see.
If she don't answer, she don't make it.
She said, let's go.
She said, let's go, and left. Maybe she was saying, let's go for real.
She said C. She said C.
I'm going with D. So if it's D, what Richie say? Richie, what you say? See, I'm analyzing everybody's stuff now.
Right. Let me see. What did Richie say? Did I already have? Richie said C.
Oh, yeah, I'm saying D. So Richie will lose too. So, yeah. So just let the answer be D. If the answer is D, I am your winner. At this point, call me Uncle Charlie. If it's D, I'm the winner. And that's all that matters. Read the question with the answer.
Question with the answer.
Oh, it's D.
It's name something self-aware people tend to do differently than others.
Come on.
Is it A, take accountability, B, make intentional decisions, C, control their emotions, or D, learn from their mistakes? Mom, Beverly, AJ, Stephen, Verna, Donnie, Morticia, Brian, and Teresa, you are correct. The answer is A. Take accountability, because self-awareness leads to responsibility. When you know yourself, you own your actions. So that means Teresa has won the game.
And I'm not part of your parade, Teresa. And you know how I love you. See, I just got off the parade. Now, the rest of y'all got to stay on there with her. You know, Teresa know how to do the wave, too. She doing this. Hello, all. Y'all got to fan her, feed her grapes, and give her water. If she get dehydrated, feel a little parched in the throat area.
Right.
So I'm off the parade. I'm over here sitting down, licking my wounds.
So the bigger message is this: self-awareness is the foundation for everything else. Leadership, growth, healing, success. And Black Wall Street didn't just represent economic power, it represented a community that understood its value and moved with purpose. Because when you know who you are, you move differently, you build differently, and you lead differently.
Just like that. We're going to take a quick break, because when we come back, we're going to talk about what people can do locally, nationally, and internationally to bring more awareness to their self-awareness. Congratulations, Teresa, with your pretty skin. We'll be right back on the Community Wake Up Morning Show with Charles and Damali and Steven on the ones and twos.
All right. The 36th Street North Event Center is proud to kick off another great season of social gatherings with family and friends. And no matter what the size of your next event, the 36th Street North Event Center has you covered. From event decor to live DJs, even catering, and a world-class sound and lighting system, 36th Street North has your event covered. We offer a state-of-the-art event booking and planning process from start to finish. And whether you're hosting 100 or 1,000, 36th Street North Event Center is the premier event center of North Tulsa, located at 1125 East 36th Street North. Share the experience at 36th Street North Event Center and see why we are the number one choice for upscale events. From weddings to birthdays, corporate functions, holiday parties, and so much more. Visit us today at 36theventcenter.com or call and reserve your spot at 918-200-9046. The 36th Street North Event Center is proud to kick off another great season of social gatherings with family and friends. And no matter what the size of your next event, the 36th Street North Event Center has you covered. From event decor to live DJs, even catering, and a world-class sound and lighting system, 36th Street North has your event covered. We offer a state-of-the-art event booking and planning process from start to finish. And whether you're hosting 100 or 1,000, 36th Street North Event Center is the premier event center of North Tulsa, located at 1125 East 36th Street North. Share the experience at 36th Street North Event Center and see why we are the number one choice for upscale events. From weddings to birthdays, corporate functions, holiday parties, and so much more. Visit us today at 36theventcenter.com or call and reserve your spot at 918-200-9046.
You know what? It's really not that bad being up at 5 a.m.
Damali, you know what? You're absolutely right. The only thing better is we on 5 days a week.
7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
It's the Community Wake Up, our brand new morning show.
Right here on NYCU.FM.
And simulcast on KBOB 89.9 FM.
We got your Black History Trivia.
We got your medical report.
Don't forget the police report.
Your local, national, and international news.
Always the latest on upcoming events.
The Divine Nine and the HBCU check-ins.
And most importantly, we can't do it without you.
And make sure you join us each and every day.
It's the Community Wake Up
with Charles and Damali. Welcome back to the Community Morning Wake Up Show with Charles and Damali, and where Teresa is the champ.
Yes,
I went to break because I'm such a sore loser. But now that I'm back, I called my therapist, I drank some water, I took some deep breaths, I read the affirmation again, and I'm back. And y'all back in Tulsa, Oklahoma, home of Black Wall Street, on Greenwood. If you have never been here, you need to get here because we got the blueprint. We had the most millionaires than anywhere in the country. Oklahoma was almost an all-black state. Not that we was kicking people out. It just is what it is. You just got to know your history. But anyway, you're locked in on NYCU.FM radio show where we play the absolute best R&B and them throwbacks We live and we syndicated right here locally on KBOB 89.9 FM, where we get to tell our story our way. Shout out to Uncle Bobby B. Continue prayers for Uncle Bobby Eaton. He the Uncle Bobby Eaton Sr. Prayers for him as well. And then you can also tune in on YouTube, the official World One Development news you can use. And like I say all the time, you got the absolute best seat in the house because you're live in studio with us.
Yeah.
Right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Damali, how you feeling today on this bounce back Monday after your co-host done crashed out because Teresa pushed me down?
Pretty good. But look, Miss Beverly said, bye, Mr. Charles.
I know. I'm better not call my therapist on break. Drink my water.
Look, Berna said, check it again. I think I got them all correct. LOL. No, she didn't.
Nah. Teresa got them all.
Right.
That's
Dominique
gangsta.
said 100%. Uncle Brian said, well-deserved victory.
Absolutely.
Uncle Brian says, down goes Charles again.
I know. Teresa, don't come to the event center. You was here all weekend. You done had enough. You don't come next weekend. Give me another day.
Right. Natasha said Charles has crashed out after that session.
Don't y'all do me like that. I'm back.
Uncle Brian said, back to my winning ways. Only missed one.
Yeah,
That's
me and
right.
Steven been riding around the city, telling people how we was going to hold the belt for another week, and Teresa done slipped up and tripped us both. See, what I knew what had happened was this. See, Teresa was with us this weekend.
Yeah.
She had a notepad, so she was taking notes. She was watching Steven,
Right.
then she was watching me.
Right.
Then she watching Steven, and then she watching me. And now she done came up. She done came and stole our juice.
Right.
Now she got the juice. Anyway, Teresa, congratulations. Hold the belt. Tomorrow we'll have the belt.
Jeremiah said, good morning, Village. Good morning, Jeremiah.
What's going on? Mississippi, the Gulf is in the house.
All right, so we got a couple things to talk about really quick.
Yeah. This is the time, because we be comical, we laugh, we talk, we do all that. But the Wake Up is about waking up to what's really going on in this world.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's the time to click that little arrow, that little share button. If you don't mind, text 5 friends, because now we get to the part that we really need to talk about, because we need to be aware of what's going on. So get your pen out, your notepad out, and all of that, because we finna hit some very, very important dates that you don't need to miss.
All right, so if you are in Tulsa, then this information specifically pertains to you. However, if you are in other cities and states, please go to your local election board website to find out if there are any elections that are happening in your area. Okay, so we are preparing right now for general elections for various municipalities and boards of education. So the Independent School District number 1, which is Tulsa Public Schools, 4 and 7, and Tulsa Technology Center, which is Zone 7, there's going to be a special bond proposition for Independent School District number 1, which is Tulsa Public Schools. Okay, so early voting is happening April 2nd and 3rd. So early voting is going to be held at the new Tulsa County Election Board location, which is at 12000 East Skelly Drive. That is near 11th and Garnett, across from East Central High School. Any registered voter in Tulsa County is eligible to vote in the upcoming election, and you can vote early as long as you have not returned an absentee ballot. In order to vote, you must be registered in Tulsa County and have proper ID. You may show any ID used by the United States, the state of Oklahoma, or a federally recognized tribal government if it includes your name and a photograph of you and an expiration date that is later than the election in which you are voting. The free voter identification card is also acceptable. Okay, now you can do, they have mail-in absentee votes, so you can do that as well. And you can check with your local voter registration location to find out what you can do for that. But in Tulsa, the election day is April the 7th. On election day, the polls are open at 7 o'clock a.m. and they close at 7 o'clock p.m. So make sure you go and find your polling place. I even pulled a copy of the sample ballot. Okay. There are 4 propositions on it.
Right.
But it all has to do with school board. With the school board. What camera?
Put up that they can see what it is. Right there.
We're right here. Let's go closer. Let's go to this one. So I've pulled up a copy of the sample. I don't know if you can see that ballot right here. So, and what I suggest, and this is what I tell people all the time, go pull your sample ballot.
You're going to pull it because you can't read it unless you put on some bifocals like Red Fox back in the day.
Exactly.
Let me ask you this, Damali. Why is it so important to vote in this particular election to you?
It is so important to vote in any election that's happening and especially because these affect our kids. So this is a school board
Right.
election. So this is going to affect what is happening with our students. So you want to make sure that you are participating in that vote. But any local election
Right.
is always important because it affects us right now every day. So, and that's why I'm stating to the other listeners in other cities and states, check with your voter registration office because you want to know what votes are taking place in your particular city. Typically, April, there's some kind of vote going on.
Here's the bottom line. In our community right now, for whatever reason, they trying to pull and not teach no Black history, which Black history is American history,
Right.
along with funding and a lot of stuff going on. You never know who trying to get one of those school board seats to be voting against what you can and what you can't do and all of that. So I know a lot of times people want to wait every 4 years. And I can't wait to get Trump out, or I want to keep him in, because we don't tell you who to vote for.
Yeah.
We just give you the information because that's your own personal choice. We just want to give you the information. But the thing about it, your local elections are your more important elections because that's what you got going on right in your own community. You know, that's right in your backyard. So these local elections, make sure you come out, and we're reading today because this is going to be Thursday and Friday. Then next week, we taking it to the ballot.
Yep.
So we don't have a lot of time. So we've been talking about it, but now we're narrowing it down to what you need to do right now. Like Damali said, most of the time when we got stuff going on here, guess what? Stuff going on in your city too. So check to see what's going on, because I'm telling y'all something right now. It's a lot of stuff going on in our cities. There's a lot of stuff going on in our states. People trying to block off a lot of stuff, and you don't want to be homeless and under a bridge, you know, before you can realize what is going on right now. We got to wake up to what's going on.
Now, this is a piece of federal news that I want to talk to you about, and this is going to affect all of us.
Right.
Okay. So there is a new bill out called the SAVE Act 2026.
Right.
I don't
Say
know
it
if you guys-
again.
The SAVE, SAVE Act 2026.
So this is everybody.
Yes.
This is the national news. Now did the local, going national.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm going to tell you guys what it is and why it matters. Okay. And so we're going to break down the SAVE Act, what it is, how it affects women, and where it currently stands.
Right.
So the SAVE Act, it's an acronym. You know, everything is an acronym. So it means Safeguard American Voter Eligibility Act, SAVE Act. And it's proposed federal legislation focused on voter registration requirements. Now, you guys know why it's focused on voter registration, because that's always been the area where we get it.
Right.
You know, there's always something that tries to keep us from being able to vote. Let's just say that. Or a huge demographic that can make a difference in swing states and things of that nature. So the bill would require individuals to provide documentary proof of U.S. citizenship, such as a passport or a birth certificate.
Right.
Why would we need a passport to go and vote? If you got a driver's license, you had to provide something in order to prove citizenship to get a driver's license.
Right.
You just didn't just get it.
Right.
But anyway, so they're saying when registering to vote in federal elections. Now, did you get that? Federal elections. Okay. It would make voter registration stricter by requiring proof of citizenship. So how does that affect women? One of the biggest concerns raised by the SAVE Act is how it could impact women, especially married women. Here's why. Many women change their last names after marriage. Their legal documents, like a birth certificate, may not match their current last name. Additional paperwork, like marriage certificates, may be required. Advocacy groups are arguing that this could create extra barriers to voter registration. It could disproportionately affect women, particularly older women and those without easy access to documents. Some women may have to go through extra steps just to prove who they are. So critics of the bill also raise concerns that this could also affect low-income individuals,
Right.
or seniors, or those rural resident individuals, or people without access to official documents. So supporters of the bill say it is necessary to ensure election integrity and accurate voter rolls.
No, I don't believe none of that.
Like, how long have we been voting in this country?
Well, number one is this, and that's why this is important. This is going to affect about 7 million women, because people already know the stats show that most of the time women vote this way. So first, you know what was going on? We got all the people trying to kill everybody.
Yeah.
So immigration, that's the problem. We got to deport people. We got the people out here. So everything is just a numbers game. Now you got that going on, ICE running all over the place. Now they're at TSA, you know, and all of that. And now the next thing you attack. And how do you have to feel as women? And then, of course, minority women. Now, if you got married, you can get to the polls and now you can't vote. Because who going to have time to expect? No, don't be done been got married about 10, 15, 20 years. You're like, well, I can't vote because your last name, and then you got to go get your birth certificate. Then you got to go through all these hoops. And guess what? As soon as you make the phone call, you can't never do none of that fast. Remember, when you got married, you had to switch it. You know how long that took.
Right.
Now to switch it back, now you can't vote. So we're trying to help people wake up to what this is, because now you may still have some time on the shot clock to get this done, because the shenanigans it don't make no sense. But the bottom line is this just another way to be able to shave off some people that can't vote. So women, y'all gotta get this. This affects about 7 million women right now. So y'all gotta make the adjustments, or you're gonna get to the polls, and then you can't say, man, didn't nobody tell me. So that's why we say share this live, because you got aunties, cousins, grandma, nieces, and all that's all over the place that might not know, don't even know this is going on.
Right.
And won't know till all of a sudden we look at the news and women going crazy throwing stuff. Because, you know, women can get crunk on you. But if you tune into the Wake Up, you can know these things are happening. So, and think about it again. That's why this election is so important. If you're going to this measure for the vote, now you know why so many ancestors died for us to vote. Now you know why they marched for us to vote. Your vote is your voice. Because here's the thing, especially with these local elections or sometimes federal elections, they boiling down to a couple hundred votes.
Yeah.
You know, they had a movie one time. Remember the guy had the last vote? It was a movie. One time he had the last vote. Some of these things, we watching people lose by 13 votes, 45 votes, 50 votes. So that really, your family going to vote now could determine an election and determine if we're going to go backwards 50 years and be dang near on the brink of slavery again, or we're going to go forward and keep progression as a country.
So as of now, the SAVE Act is still in the legislative process in Congress. So what that means is it has been introduced. It may be reviewed in committees, and it has not yet become a law. Okay, so it's still, in process. For the bill to become a law, it must pass the House of Representatives, pass the Senate, and then be signed by the president. So, it's still a work in progress, but we still want you guys to understand what it is and know what it is, and to be able to write your congressman, and let them know that, hey, we don't want this, if that's your feeling about it. So it's still being debated. But the bigger message is this: the SAVE Act highlights an important balance between election security and voter access, right? And it also raises the question about how policies impact different groups within the community, because laws don't just exist on paper. They affect real people in real ways.
Right. Let me ask you this, Damali, because you are a woman. You are a minority, right? So if you look at that, how does it just affect you personally, right? Immediately when you read it yourself, what do you feel like you need to do just to be ready to vote based on them trying to pass this?
I'm just going to take my passport, because my passport does have my name on it as it is now, because I've been married and been divorced. But I that's just the easiest thing for me to do, because you have to have all of that documentation in order to do that. But this is the thing. To me, I'm like, why can't use the real ID? The real ID, you had to show all of this documentation
to get your real ID.
Right. But the real ID does not work. It is not valid in the SAVE Act.
What if a person don't have a passport?
If you don't have a passport, you better start getting one.
So at this point, if the real ID is not what it was supposed to be, right? Because that used to be to go into federal buildings, to go into anywhere you had to have a real ID.
And Uncle Brian is agreeing with me, because he works for and does the voter registration and stuff, and works at the polls. And so Uncle Brian says the real ID is not valid in the SAVE Act. He also says the SAVE Act is Jim Crow 2.0.
There you go.
Yeah. So, but that's why we're wanting to bring this information to you guys. And that's why we say it is very important. And Charles says it all the time that there may come a point in time where the only place that you're going to be able to get this type of information is going to be right here on the Community Wake Up with Charles and Damali. Because like I told you guys earlier, if you weren't on, there is an organization, a company that is buying up all of the media outlets.
Anyway.
They just bought my cousin. My cousin is a news anchor in Florida.
Right.
They just bought their station. So this is about the 80th station now that they have purchased. So they're going to be putting out the news that they want you guys to have. They're going to be manufacturing news that they want us to be able to assimilate with. So that's why you need, Black and Brown radio is going to be very important in the coming years.
I'm going to ask this one more time before we just turn the page to make sure it's just what everybody can understand.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point with this SAVE Act and what they're trying to pass, if you are a woman, when you go to the polls, you're probably going to need to take your passport and your real ID in order to vote.
Right.
If you do not have your passport and you're a woman, you're not going to be able to vote.
Well, and I think if you can take some other documentation. And so the whole point is to make it difficult. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So if you have, and to me, I don't understand how this is going to make it difficult for poll workers.
Right.
Because now when I come to the poll, instead of just handing you my ID,
and
you
voting
finding
and
my
getting
name,
on up out of here,
and I, sign my name, now I got to give you, here's my last name don't match, but this is what's on my birth certificate. So here's my birth certificate, here's my marriage decree, here's my divorce decree. You got to have all these other papers, and they don't have time for that.
Here's the bottom line.
That's craziness.
Sometimes you end up with people in office that don't want to leave. That's called outstanding your welcome. You get in, the people voted you in, we live in a democracy, do your time, try to do a good job and move on. Don't seem like what we have now. You got a lot of factors coming up. Stacey Abrams, down in Atlanta, she said it best. Whenever somebody is trying to flip things over and flip the government and stay in to become more like a dictatorship and you have more like a king instead of a president, you got a few things that has to happen, and about 8 of them done already happened. And another component of those things now is you start a war. Because if you're in the middle of a war, and we over here in Iran, and Iran is no threat to us, we just wasting our time, right? But if you're in the middle of some kind of war and it's chaos, then you can't even have an election. So you got that going on one front. Yeah. Then on the other side, you got the shenanigans with the stuff with the SAVE Act. So you just got to see all this going on. And that's one of the big purposes for our show. So at least you can have the real information, because I'm not hearing about this on none of the media. I'm not hearing it on a local. I'm not hearing it nowhere that if you're a woman, that you need to take you some other forms of ID in order to be able to vote. So if you listen to the show, then just pass that good word. We'll leave it right there. But these are the things that are the most important reason why we do the show.
You know what? And then they try to give it acronyms like it's really helping us. Oh, it's the SAVE Act.
You ain't saying nothing.
But you got to understand the meaning behind that. And what Eli says is it's the Save Trump's Ass Act. That's what it's called.
That's exactly what it is.
Teresa says to censor the truth. Right. Exactly. Teresa says they need term limits in Congress, Senate, and the House.
Right.
So anyway, and we'll do our Politics 101. As a matter of fact, it really is time for us to do that. So we need to pull that back out and resurrect that. But Politics 101, where we start with I think we did the highest office in the land, which was the presidency, and then we just go all the way down to your local offices, and tell you what each office is and why they're important
and who's in the position, who's running for the position. Because now when you go to the polls, instead of just looking at a ballot like,
I don't know none of these people.
I don't know nobody. I don't know what's going on. I'm just going to check some boxes. Then we just do Politics 101 to make it all simple terms. So we can say, here's the president. He the chief executive officer, basically. He the CEO of our country, basically. And this is what he can and can't do. This is how the other stuff falls in. Then we go to our governor. A governor is basically the CEO of your state. What he can or what she can and can't do. And then you come on down to a mayor. A mayor is basically the CEO of your city. And then who he got with the counselors and what they can and can't do and why it's important and how it impact your life every day. Because whether you want to vote, not vote, whatever, at least be educated, because they say we perish for a lack of what, Damali?
Understanding, lack of knowledge.
Lack of knowledge. And we don't want to have that. It is 41 after the hour. We're going to take a quick break because I know that was a little heavy, but reach out to your aunties that's putting their boots on the ground and say, pick your boots up and look at this Save Act for a few minutes and some other things. But we're going to come back with some other breaking news on the Community Wake Up with Charles and Damali. Y'all stay locked in.
The 36th Street North Event Center is proud to kick off another great season of social gatherings with family and friends. And no matter what the size of your next event, the 36th Street North Event Center has you covered. From event decor to live DJs, even catering, and a world-class sound and lighting system, 36th Street North has your event covered. We offer a state-of-the-art event booking and planning process from start to finish. And whether you're hosting 100 or 1,000, 36th Street North Event Center is the premier event center of North Tulsa, located at 1125 East 36th Street North. Share the experience at 36th Street North Event Center and see why we are the #1 choice for upscale events. From weddings to birthdays, corporate functions, holiday parties, and so much more. Visit us today at 36theventcenter.com or call and reserve your spot at 918-200-9046.
EduRec is the place where education and recreation meets. At EduRec, we have a host of programs such as spring break camp, summer camp, and after school. We also have Black History Saturdays. It's located at 5424 North Madison Avenue. To donate, sponsor, or volunteer for any of our programs at EduRec, go to edurectulsa.com. Call EduRec today at 918-430-3947. And you can also visit us on any of our social media platforms at EduRec Tulsa. EduRec Tulsa, where education and recreation meet.
You know what? It's really not that bad being up at 5 a.m.
Damali, you know what? You're absolutely right. The only thing better is we on 5 days a week.
7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
It's the Community Wake Up, our brand new morning show.
Right here on NYCU.FM.
And simulcast on KBOB 89.9 FM.
We got your Black History Trivia.
We got your medical report.
Don't forget the police report.
Your local, national, and international news.
Always the latest on upcoming events.
The Divine Nine and the HBCU check-ins.
And most importantly, we can't do it without you.
And make sure you join us each and every day.
It's the Community Wake Up
with Charles and Damali. Welcome back to the Community Wake Up with Charles and Damali right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, home of Black Wall Street on Greenwood. You're locked in on NYCU.FM radio station. I know we only got nothing but about 15 more minutes, but anyway, when we go off, whether you at school, work, or play, grab your mobile device, buy that iPad, whatever you got, put in NYC.FM, hit that play button, the music gonna start jamming, stroll down, follow all the stuff that we do, subscribe to the station, and if we ain't jamming the right way, let us know, because Damali can do the remix, one of us. But anyway, we also live and syndicated right here locally on KBOB 89.9 FM, where we are able to tell our story our way. We also live on YouTube, the official World One, that one is spelled WON, the official World One Development news that you can use, but y'all are live in studio where we are unpacking the things that are going on, and we created this show, Community Wake Up, so that we can just not wake up physically, but mentally, for the things that are happening local, national, international. And this is a community radio show.
Yep.
So when you got things that are happening and we need to know about it, you text us, you email us, you say it on the live, and we will unpack that thing together. Damali, how you feeling on this Monday?
Feeling pretty good. Can't complain at all.
I haven't seen Prentice since Teresa won. He came in,
Prentice is trying to
he
do his
rolled
work.
out.
He ain't
But see,
playing
I'm
shit.
forced to stay here in my despair and face it.
Right.
I got to face the champ to the end, at least for these next 15 more minutes.
Okay.
Damali, I appreciate you unpacking that SAVE situation with that bill about how women need 7 million women will be affected. So if you missed that, go back, share the live, but make sure you get out and vote. It's going to be critical to vote this year.
Natasha says, good information this morning. Thank you so much. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do our Black History Trivia question, and then we're going to start rapping so we can get up out of here.
There you go. Let's get the thinking caps back on then.
All right, so Black History Trivia. This is the self-awareness edition.
Mm-hmm.
So today's theme, of course, is self-awareness because knowing who you are has always been a powerful tool for empowerment in our history. So here we go. Here's the question. Which historian and scholar is known as the father of Black history for creating a movement that encouraged Black people to study and understand their own history and identity? Is it A, W.E.B. Du Bois, B, Carter G. Woodson, C, Marcus Garvey, or D, Alan Locke?
Mm-hmm. Read that again, because I think I know the answer.
Hey, Robert Caddy. Thanks
Robert
for
Caddy,
joining,
welcome
tuning
to the show.
in. We appreciate
Look,
you. And Eli Grayson is here.
Welcome to the show, Eli. Eli,
Yes.
text us. When is your show now? Did you switch to Wednesdays at 10? Did you stay? Let the people know, because when you want to talk about what's going on in politics and with the council and
All those good things.
all those good things when
Yes.
it comes to history, if you want to talk about the tribes, you want to talk about what's going on in the courts, then Eli keep you on top of that. But Eli, we want to make sure we let them know when your show come on KBOB 89.9 FM, he live on there. I just want to make sure I give the right date, the right time. And then let me tell you, Brother Caddy, if you want to get your swole on and get your roll on for the summertime, this better, you talk about a better you, awareness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. Brother Caddy will get you there. So, Brother Caddy, if you put your website in here or your Facebook or something, then y'all follow him if you want to finally get that six-pack that left you since high school.
Right?
He can help you find it.
Yeah, he can. All right, so here's the question one more time. Which historian and scholar is known as the father of Black history for creating a movement that changed Black people to study, or that encouraged Black people to study and understand their own history and identity? Is it A, W.E.B. Du Bois, B, Carter G. Woodson, C, Marcus Garvey, or D, Alan Locke? So AJ has said B, and so has Prentice.
Man, why I think that's Alan Locke.
I don't know. African and Table Talk is on Wednesdays at 1, so you took our O slide. Okay.
Right.
All right,
So-
we got you, Eli.
Wednesday at 1 p.m. on KBOB 89.9 FM. You got Mr. Eli Grayson with African and Table Talk. Wednesday at 1 p.m. For you that are not local, then that's Central Standard Time.
Mm-hmm. All right. Martisha says B. Natasha says B.
Oh, I see where this is going.
Eli says B.
Man, Bernie Down in Rogers.
Brian.
Is that Lockett? What's the last?
Lock.
That's what I'm going with Lot. Because I read that.
Teresa. Wait a minute. I'm lost. Natasha. I got Eli. Okay. Teresa says B. Uncle Brian says B. Verna
What
says
you got, Steve?
B.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Stephen is on B. Dominique says B. Eli says B. I got Eli. Beverly says B. Marquise says B. All right, is that it? Where Mama at? Mama done disappeared?
Mama done disappeared for a little bit.
Oh, there. She just popped up. She said B. Okay, Mama.
Oh, I'm
I
going with
see
Mama.
you. Oh, you changing your
Yeah,
answer?
yeah.
Charles
I was
is
waiting.
now on B.
At first, I'm thinking the blind leading the blind. But Mama came.
African and Indian Table Talk. Ain't that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
Stacy says Woodson, which is B. Hey, Soror, how you doing this morning? Happy Monday.
Yep. Welcome to the show. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. And if you don't mind, can you please share the video? Because we've been covering nothing but meat and potatoes this whole show.
Yeah.
So click that little arrow so you can share it with your friends. And if you don't mind texting a couple friends, be like, hey, have you checked out the Community Wakeup Morning Show with Charles and Damali? If not, they live Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., giving you the news that you can use.
And I'm going to tell you, one person I know that's doing that is Beverly Scott.
And
She got
Miss Beverly
us.
Spot, we appreciate you so very much. Others are doing it as well. We see
Yes.
y'all, so we
Yes.
appreciate y'all also.
Natasha said Charles is moved by the ancestors.
Moving in the spirit. Ah,
Okay, I'm gonna read the question one more time. Get with the answer. So the question is, which historian and scholar is known as the father of Black history for creating a movement that encouraged Black people to study and understand their own history and identity? Is it A, W.E.B. Du Bois, B, Carter G. Woodson, C, Marcus Garvey, or D, Alan Locke? So everybody that said B, you are correct. The answer is Carter G. Woodson.
Right.
Carter G. Woodson believed that learning Black history was essential for building pride, identity, and self-awareness within the community. He founded what became Black History Month to ensure that the contributions and stories of Black people would be studied, honored, and passed down. He taught us that knowing your history helps you understand your value. The bigger message is this: self-awareness starts with knowledge, especially knowledge of your history and identity. Because when people understand who they are and where they came from, they move with greater confidence and purpose. This has been your Black History Trivia question.
That's a good one. Hey, and we posed the question earlier because our theme today is self-awareness. And the question that I asked earlier was, when did you decide or when did you figure out who you were? Because that's so important if you're living in this world. And Damali said she is a ongoing moving target of figuring out who is Damali. What did you say, Damali? My bad. I just added something.
No, I said I'm basically a forever student. So it's like I know who I march to my own drum beat.
Right.
Like I'm not trying to be in competition with nobody else. I'm just being the best version of me. However, though, I am still evolving because I believe that God, as you elevate, God unlocks other doors. And there are other gifts and talents that you have been gifted with that maybe you haven't reached that level yet. To be able to understand and explore. So, I'm ever evolving, but I still march to my own drum beat. I'm not out here trying to follow the Joneses. No pun intended to David and Donna. Right. I love them. And they are great examples.
Right. And that's why we posed y'all that question. When did you realize who you were? My brother, I think he did something really good. He said, I feel like I'm doing good. I feel like I'm on the right track.
Yeah.
But I'm just still can't say I'm just actually just there yet.
Exactly.
Like
And I think understanding that and acknowledging that is part of the battle,
Right.
So let's see. Community alert. So I want to make sure that you guys understand this because the deadline is tomorrow on one of them.
Right.
So the Phi Alpha fraternity is awarding 2 $1,000 scholarships. The application deadline is March 31st, which is tomorrow. So make sure that you, if you have a high school senior male, make sure that you are getting them signed up for this money if they know that they're going to college. Because $1,000,
hey, it's good, boy. If you've been in college and start coming up short, that $1,000 will come right on time.
Right on time. All right, the Delta Sigma Theta sorority, they're offering a scholarship as well. For information about the scholarship and their application, you can go to dsttulsaalumni.org. Their deadline is April the 10th. So it's coming up quick. So you guys might want to go ahead and get that done. Don't forget that sole proprietorships, single member LLCs, C corporations, and personal taxes are all due on April the 15th.
Right.
So we want to make sure that you, this is what Donnie says too. He says, yes, Damali, I keep hitting different levels in my life and it keeps resetting to make sure that I am the foundation of the direction I am going. That's what I'm saying, Donnie. It's the same thing. Yeah.
I like that.
So different levels, then it's something different. Let's see. Black Wall Street Rally is happening May 14th through 16th. There's going to be museum tours, live music on stage, panel discussions, and cultural vendors. Don't forget that Friday, May 15th is Rep Your City. And the Audio Super Bowl. The musical headliner this year is going to be One Way and jazz sensation Julian Vaughn. It's going to be performing at the BMX Park. The tickets are $50. You can go to blackwallstreetrally.com in order to get more information. Don't forget to save the date about Juneteenth. It's happening June 19th weekend.
Now the rally. Now for the people that's never came to the rally, don't know about the rally, what is the Black Wall Street Rally, just in case they're missing it?
So the Black Wall Street Rally is an opportunity really for you to come and and learn about Black Wall Street.
There you
That's
go.
really the whole focus. Now, if you have a motorcycle, then that's wonderful,
right?
Because we want you to ride your bike. It's a destination. If you know anything about the motorcycle rider culture, which a lot of people don't, they think that, you know, they just out there doing outlaw stuff. They just, you know, running drugs, doing all this old crazy stuff. And that is not true. I was a member of a motorcycle club for a number of years, and I still have a strong passion for motorcycles.
Right.
It's just that right now I'm just not riding. But most of those folks are some of the coolest people that you'll ever know. They're the most generous people that you'll ever know. Most of them are professionals,
right.
Who are doctors, lawyers, you know, nurses. I mean, just from all fields, you know, all walks of life. And that's something that they do on the weekends just to kind of unwind. But it is a destination for all of those people to ascend on Black Wall Street and learn about all things Black Wall Street. It's also an opportunity to be able to network.
Right.
It's an opportunity to be able to learn. So there are a lot of different panels and stuff that'll happen during the weekend. And then it's also a time to show off your bike. If you got a flashy bike
right.
with the hottest sound system
right.
in the town, hey, come on through, because we want to see how hot it is.
I know. So come on down here. I think last year we have 17,000 people.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. And I'm telling you, all the hotels were sold out in Tulsa, period. You had to go like to some of the outlying cities in order to get a hotel room because there were no hotels in the city.
I think we spent some like close to $3 million. You know, so that's
just the weekend.
Just over that weekend. So it's a great event. If you've never been to Black Wall Street, you've never been to Tulsa, that's a good time to come and visit. Hang out with us. We'll be there kicking it, having a good time. So come on down.
All right. So our small business spotlight today, we're going to highlight a business adding flavor, creativity, and excellence to our community. So today we're shining the spotlight on Queen Bee's Cakes and Catering, owned by Rolanda Harvey. Queen Bee's Cakes and Catering specializes in delicious, beautifully crafted desserts and catering services, perfect for any occasion, from birthdays to celebrations to community events and special gatherings, with a focus on quality, presentation, and taste. Queen Bees brings sweetness and creativity to every order. This is more than dessert. It's celebration, love, and creativity in every bite. If you'd like to place an order or learn more, you can contact Queen Bees Catering, Cakes and Catering at their email, queenbeescakescatering@gmail.com, or you can give them a call at 918-829-4748. Again, that's Queen Bees Cakes and Catering, owned by Rolanda Harvey. We support local, support creativity, and support businesses that help our community celebrate life's special moments.
I love me some Queen Bees.
Yes.
Well, if you don't know about Rolanda Harvey, she is a phenomenal cook. She does complete dinners and all that good stuff. So you got to make sure, if nothing else, she does a honey bun cake. That's outstanding, y'all. All her food is outstanding.
Your sugar gonna be up.
Now your sugar. Now you people that got sugar don't even think about it. Just disregard. I said that. Actually edited from the whole video.
Right.
But other than that, we're gonna support this sister that's doing great work in our community.
So, remember, we're on the wind down now. So just remember to like our page, share our page with 5 friends and ask them to like our page as well. We want you guys to tune in tomorrow. Don't forget, if you would like to advertise your business on our show, you can go to nycu.fm and submit an inquiry. Somebody from our office will get back in contact with you. And just remember that the views, thoughts, and opinions expressed on this program belong solely to him and me
and Uncle Brian.
And Uncle Brian.
And Uncle Brian. They belong to you too, my friend.
And not necessarily to this station, affiliates, organization, committee, or other group or individual associated with NYCU.FM or KBOB 89.9 FM.
I know, and we got a loaded show for y'all tomorrow. What's the theme going to be tomorrow?
So tomorrow, we're going to talk about there's a UN resolution that is urging reparations for slavery's historical wrongs.
Yeah.
So you guys got to hear about that. We heard about this, and so we want to bring it to you guys for you guys to hear about it as well. And there are going to be some things that surprise you about this, and then some things that probably are not going to surprise you.
So the United Nations done got involved with this thing.
The UN.
And they got something to say.
They got something to say.
But we're going to wait till tomorrow to unpack it.
Yes.
So we're going to unpack this thing together, right?
Yes.
All right. We got to go, y'all. Thanks so much for tuning in to the show. Thanks for sharing the stuff. Thanks for listening in. We got to go right now. Teresa is the queen of the city.
Queen Bee.
She took it from 2 kings. So she's tough. But anyway, this has been a Community Wake Up. I'm one of your hosts, Mr. Charles Hopper.
And I'm Damali Wilson.
And we'll see you tomorrow. Have a blessed day, y'all.